wait until we talk about this. Wait until we talk. I'll play the video. I'm just going to let the video go, and then we're going to talk. Okay, here we go. Now I think we're looking at the same thing. Wait until you see this. It's all in the eyes, people. It's all in the eyes. Not like it's all in the hips. It's all in the eyes. Here we go.
Puberty blockers are used once puberty
I'm going to stop right there just for a second. You got your libs of TikTok there?
blockers are
But
used once
I think her handle comes up afterwards. Ask doctor, because she's seems to be a doctor, and she seems to give advice clearly to children, because TikTok is predominantly a younger crowd. I know.
Puberty blockers are used once puberty has started, but not when you're too far along. And what they do is they just pause your puberty where it's at. And that gives you time to further explore your gender identity without the extra pressure of developing in a gender in which you might not feel comfortable. And then, if you continue those puberty blockers long enough, then you can start replacement therapy with the gender identity hormone of your choice when you reach usually around 15 or so, or once you've been on that puberty blocker for at least a couple of years. Hope that answers your question.
She's talking to kids. It's obvious. I mean, she's saying you and not children. She's not talking to parents. She's talking to children. Look at that.
Puberty blockers.
But we're just going to break this down.
Once puberty has started, but
they're used once puberty has started, but not too far along in, because you can't block puberty once you've gone through it. I'll take puberty blockers. I don't know what they're going to do to me. They might, I don't know. You can't take puberty blockers once you've had puberty. You take them before, or like right at the beginning. But wait, there's more.
But not when you're too far along.
Obvious reasons.
And what they do is they just pause your puberty where it's at.
They pause your puberty where it's at. I'm not a doctor, but does this doctor, in as much as she is in fact a doctor, think puberty is like watching a movie on VHS? I'll just put it on pause. I'm going to go get groceries, and I'm going to come back and just start watching that movie where I left off, where I put it on pause. I'm going through puberty. I'm just going to put my puberty on pause. I'm going to futz around with my hormones for the next 2 or 3 years when puberty happens. And then if I realize I've made a terrible, terrible mistake, I'm just going to try to unpause that button. And oh, wait a minute, what's that? The videotape is the analogy doesn't work. I'm just going to put puberty on pause. I'll come back to you, puberty, when I'm ready. And that's all it is. Puberty blockers don't block puberty. They just pause puberty. Simple as that. If you change your mind, I'll just put pause back on. The movie continues playing. No harm, no foul.
And that gives you time to further explore your gender identity.
This doctor is telling children how they can go to their parents. Tell them they need to further explore their gender identity. They need to, because I've got a TikTok celebrity telling me it's the thing to do right now. Mom, it's just going to put my puberty on pause. I'll get back to nature when I'm ready, and not vice versa. And there won't be any lasting effects, except there are, and I'll get to them in a second.
Without the extra pressure of
nature. Without the extra pressure of nature in a time-specific developmental issue, a developmental process that is temporally limited and doesn't give you a second chance later.
Being in a gender in which you might not feel comfortable.
Hold on. Oh my goodness. Hot dog fan, we like hot dogs. She's replying to a question from hot dog fans, we like hot dogs.
And then if you continue those puberty blockers long enough, then you can start replacement therapy with the gender identity hormone of your choice when you reach usually around 15 or so, or once you've been on that puberty blocker for at least a couple of years.
Look at this face right now. I can't believe that people are believing this crap. I just have so much power. I'm interfering physiologically with the natural development of thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of children. I have power because I can get in front of a TikTok account and give medical advice that will permanently affect the lives of children.
Hope that answers your question.
Oh, thank you very much. I mean, you think it's parody. I went to her TikTok account. What makes sudden testicle pain? She puts a little $ in the S because I guess of censorship on TikTok. No. What makes sudden testicle pain? Now, I made this joke to everybody on Locals. As someone who has had 2 testicular torsions and a cyst in my testicles, I can tell you that this is not a question that anybody should be answering on TikTok. I can tell you these are not questions. I mean, I didn't even go to see what her answer was. If it's go do something to relieve the pressure. I don't know if that was the answer. This is not a question that anybody can be answering on TikTok. What makes sudden testicle pain? Here's another one she put up. Things that masturbation does not cause. She put a little $S for the S again. It's so cute and creative. Things that masturbation does not cause. I saw this video. Cliches is what the video was, but what this is, it's an adult, apparently a doctor. I will say it in no terms other than seemingly quite clearly grooming kids on TikTok. There's no other way to explain what's going on right there. She's taking DMs. She's taking questions by all accounts. She's giving, I'll tell you things that masturbation doesn't cause children. You're talking to children about masturbation on TikTok, and I'm not supposed to think that this is the literal definition of grooming kids on the interwebs? Hold on. Let me just go see what else is. Things that masturbation does not cause. Oh, here's another one about penises. I've gotten a lot of questions. I've gotten a lot of phimosis questions recently. I had to look it up earlier during our Locals. Phimosis, and she's going to give us a graphic of what phimosis is when the foreskin around the penis head strangulates or strangles the penis head itself, or it puts too much pressure on the penis head when the penis head comes through the uncircumcised tip. This woman talks about penises a lot, it seems. Uncircumcised care tips. You know, I made the joke on Locals. I'm not a man to say no uterus, no opinion. So I'm not going to say that, no penis, no opinion. She can talk about uncircumcised tip care as much as she wants. This is really, really disconcerting that it's a platform. I don't know what her numbers are like, but this is clearly someone who has an infatuation with children and penises and is giving advice which will have a lasting, permanent impact on a child's development under the pretext that Ask Doctor says it just puts a pause on puberty. Let's just see. Like, I'm no doctor. I'm just not an idiot. I'm no doctor, but I'm not an idiot. And I know that you don't just put a pause on puberty without there being potential, if not guaranteed, long-term, irreparable, irreversible side effects. But don't trust me. Let's just go to one site in particular that's going to explain it in the most what's the word? In the most the opposite of extreme, in the most innocuous way of describing it. Puberty blockers for transgender and gender diverse use. Appreciate this is coming from the Mayo Clinic, people. Let me see, I got to bring the screen up here. Puberty blockers for transgender and gender diverse youth. Transgender and gender diverse children might choose to temporarily suppress puberty. This is a medical lie, not in terms of my opinion, in terms of what comes in the article right down here. This is a medical lie, contradicted by their own terms in their own publication in the same digital document. Temporarily suppress puberty through the use of prescription medications called puberty blockers, but deciding to get this treatment is a big step. Yeah, because it doesn't only temporarily suppress anything, like you just said. The medications most commonly used to suppress puberty are known as GRH analogs. Here's what you need to know about the benefits, side effects, and long-term effects. But I thought you just said it was temporary. What do puberty blockers do? Puberty's physical changes can cause intense distress for many gender non-conforming adolescents. When taken regularly, GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone. It suppresses the body's release of sex hormones. It messes with your body permanently and irreversibly, including testosterone and estrogen during puberty. Sex hormones affects, we know what it does. What are the benefits of use of, what are the benefits, Mayo Clinic? Gender dysphoria is a feeling of, gender dysphoria, by the way, is in the DSM-5. It's a medical mental condition recognized by psychiatrists, by psychiatry today, and in the DSM-5. It's a mental illness. I mean, for lack of a better word, that's what it is. What's the best way to treat mental illness? Permanently and irreparably alter the body of the individual who's going through gender dysphoria. It's a feeling of discomfort or distress that might accompany a difference between experienced or expressed gender and sex assigned at birth. Gender dysphoria that starts in childhood and worsens with the start of puberty rarely goes away. For children who might have gender dysphoria, suppression puberty might improve mental well-being. Do you have stats for that, Mayo Clinic? Reduce depression and anxiety. Do you have stats for that, Mayo Clinic? Improve social interactions and integration with other kids. Eliminate the need for future surgeries. If you get them early, they won't have to have later surgeries, just in case they might decide not to have those surgeries later. What are they saying here? Get them while they're children so that as an adult, they don't have to have surgeries. Get them when they're young and get them when they're impressionable. Children who by law cannot consent to a great many things. Reduce thoughts of or actions related to self-harm. Do you have statistics on that, Mayo Clinic? Okay. Temporary. Remember that word, temporary. Listen to this. What are possible side effects and complications? It's important for your child to stay on schedule with all related medical appointments. Contact your child's doctor if any changes cause you or your child concern. Possible side effects of GnRH analog treatment include injection site swelling. Oh, no, that's minor. Weight gain, that's minor. Hot flashes, that's minor. Headaches, that's minor. Use of GnRH analogs might also have long-term effects on, they might. Blocking puberty might have long-term effects on growth spurts. You won't grow. Your growth will be permanently stunted for the rest of your life because as a child, medical professionals decided to administer these medications to children who are going through a form of mental illness that is acknowledged and documented in psychiatry. Growth spurts, otherwise known as stunting your growth. You will not grow the way you would have otherwise grown naturally. Bone growth and density. Oh, that's an odd way of not saying what the problem is. It causes severe lack of bone density, which causes lifelong problems such as osteoporosis. Jeez Louise, I forgot that. You know what it is. Osteoporosis. What that the bone, not dense bones, which anybody who's ever dealt with an adult with osteoporosis, I can't get the word, leads to breakage, leads to serious injury as an adult. Loss of bone density is a very serious issue in the elderly. My goodness, imagine what happens if you've got that your entire life from childhood. Just potential. Future fertility. No, not future fertility. Future infertility, Mayo Clinic. It affects future infertility, depending on when pubertal blockers are started. If children with male genital, here, let's see this. We have to do this. Children may have their height checked every 3 months. Bone density is also checked periodically. If bone growth or density is a concern, your child's healthcare provider might prescribe a different medication, stop treatment, yada, yada, yada. If children with male genitalia begin using GnRH analogs early in puberty, they might not develop enough penile or scrotal skin for certain gender-affirming genital surgical procedures, such as penile inversion vaginoplasty. Alternative techniques, however, are available. You want to see what the alternative techniques are? You want to see what I'm not sure that I'm not going to show it. That's too much even for me, and I'm not going to show it on Rumble. Go look it up. They remove skin from the forearm. But by the way, that's the Mayo Clinic telling you that puberty blockers are temporary and just put a pause on puberty. You might not grow. You might be infertile. You might have bone density problems for the rest of your life. You might not grow enough of a penis. But it's temporary. It's just putting a pause on puberty. I was wondering, like, how anybody in the West, how any of these people promoting this can ever criticize about FGM ever again, anywhere else. There's no way to make sense of this insanity. I'm not showing it. People can, I see the chat. You can look it up if you want. It's graphic beyond comprehension.